Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with the qualifier for the CIS Minor. Will be held in the lovely city of Moscow. And, well, for Team Spirit at least, that would mean a trip home, or trip from their home. Probably just driving down the road a little bit, not that far for them to go. A couple of their players will have to get on a flight. I don't actually know, unless they have a team house. Maybe Team Spirit can tell us. I don't know if they're watching. I know that they are tweeting. They are always tweeting. They like responding to a lot of my terrible meme tweets. But anyway, this time I could actually introduce Hugo because he hasn't just rudely interrupted me halfway through the cast. He is actually here from the beginning.
Hi! Thank you, I appreciate that. And I apologise for my rude interruption in the previous map, but hopefully this one will go a little bit smoother as we head on into the pistol round. It's Spirit on the T side. This is their map to win. If they take this, they're going to be going forward out of this group 2-0, and the loser, K29, will be up against ASD team. Okay, Cyber Focus, that's just dirty. 3 kills, as you do. Will get traded by Softpick, but what the hell did that? What the hell was that, sorry?
Hello, Cyber Focus. Very, very quick on the trigger in that round, and that's some nutty start to this CT side for K29, and I am definitely interested to see the new Team Spirit on this map. I know it's only one player change, but I feel like Starix is going to be just completely revolutionizing this team and hopefully bringing them forward. If not, then, well, I'll be a little bit disappointed. I'm hoping that we can see some more sort of CIS magic in that qualifier, because I think most people, and I do agree, that the 2 slots from CIS, well, we don't expect either of them to actually get through to the major. It's just not. The CIS teams that we expect to get through are already there. We've got our Navis. We've got, of course, Flipside. We've got Gambit. They're the 3 that are sort of highlighted as the ones that could do it. May not even get too far. But enough of that. Davkost is going to at least bring this back to a 3 versus 2. Making things possible. We got Hitmouse going to go through the smoke, and that should be the round done. And, well, Davkost at least bringing one with him, making things a little bit more costly, making himself $300 extra, which may be used to fund the AWP later in the game. But that round was pretty much over when Cyber Focus just went ham at the beginning of the round.
I actually told my dad to inform you that Gambit are actually not a CIS team, they're an Asian team, I'll have you know. Kazakhstan is in Asia. It's not a Commonwealth
Fine, CIS org.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
Which one would they play? Which minor would they play? Would
they play CIS minor.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a hard one.
None of them live in Asia.
Well, 3 of them live in Kazakhstan. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm ignorant, but it was technically they're Asian countries, but they are Commonwealth independent state countries. I think I'm not too sure on that one. Either way, let's focus on what we know, and that is Counter-Strike. There's Davkost and Dima 2v3 here. Roman gonna really pull the round back in their favor to remove Dima, but Davkost trades back with the Deagle, only to fall at the hands of Dursky. It's K29 to pick up 2 rounds.
Yeah, Starix is. I'm just gonna point. This one. I don't want to say that. I think it's like it's cook, it's took, it shooks, it shooks, it shook, it shooks cook.
Do you want to give up? That'd be lovely.
Hey, look, that one says Cody. MP9, Robo. He's now Hugo's favorite player in the server just for buying that one gun. You and Harry do share that in common, just the love of this weapon. I prefer the XM. It's much better, more exciting, and makes more money. Does cost a bit more, though, as well.
So, the Commonwealth of Independent States, CIS, formed when the former Soviet Union, now called Russia, totally dissolved in 1991. As its conception, it consisted of 10 former Soviet republics: Armenia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Moldova, Russia. I'm not going to pronounce that because I'll mess it up. No, it's actually on worldatlas.com. Yeah, essentially, they're a CIS country, but they reside in Asia. Because the thing is about the CIS minor is it's the only minor that's not a continent or continental minor. Because we have the Asian minor, we have the European minor, and then we have the North American minor. And so the CIS, or the North American minor, and then the CIS minor is a bit of an oddball because it's not a country, it's a collection of it's not a continent, sorry, it's a collection of countries. So that's why it's a bit of a switch up. So technically, they're regarded as an Asian team, but they can play in the CIS Minor because the CIS isn't a CIS isn't a continent, it's a collection. So yeah, that's the update for you guys. So,
basically, you're saying it's like Australia going to Eurovision. It doesn't really make very much sense.
Exactly, it's a bit of a questionable one, and I mean, as is Eurovision as a whole, the whole existence of it. I'm not too sure. I don't want to question it, to be honest.
Well, in case the Eurovision fans come after you, is there a big crossover between Counter-Strike and Eurovision?
That big collection of Eurovision fans. I heard they have a huge following. All of Europe and Australia.
We've got to buy, though, Hugo. We've got to buy. Davkost, he's on the AWP. He's got Cyber Focus up against him. Wanting to get some rounds going on this T side. I expect quite a bit from this T side. As said, we've seen strategies from them in the past that really do revolve even around this AWP of Davkost. And for now, just a classic sort of CT setup, but still saving a little bit of money. They've got that UMP in play. And we do have some Eurovision fans in the chat because, yes, I agree. Australia probably shouldn't be in Eurovision because they are quite far from Europe.
I wouldn't call him a fan if he's questioning the Eurovision. He's questioning it.
He's questioning Australia because it's not fair on the rest of Europe. Either way.
Anyway, kills. Starix kills someone. Cody's going to make his way through the long area as well. He's going to drop Cyber Focus as they're into a 3-on-3. Spirit, 10 seconds left. Is this K29 or Spirit right now? The bomb's only going down. And K29 somehow unable to stop them. It's going to be Roman and Hitmouse. And typically, in these kind of situations, when the time's down to about 15-20 seconds left, you're on the CT side, I like to see a complete switch in setup. If you know Spirit are going to be playing a late round take, you want to force your players to a position where you can stop the bomb getting planted, sit towards the back of the site, sit in that chicken coop, wait for Spirit to move onto the site with 10 seconds left and then deny the plant. That's something so important that teams never really do. They always keep the same setup throughout the whole round, and it really does result in them just being stagnant in their setup and allowing Spirit to take advantage of it. So they will get the first round on the board on this T side. K29 attempting this reset with the force spy coming in, and an AWP will be on either side still.
I love how people are actually arguing over the fact that Portugal won. I didn't watch it. I don't care.
Who cares about the Eurovision?
Goodbye, Cyber Focus. You have just been wrecked by Coldy through a door. Not the way that K29 wanted this round to begin. The AWP is into the hands of Robo, who is going to go peeking, looking, and actually shoots between two players using the Molotov to fall back. And now the T is looking to just push forward, but actually Roman, even at range, able to just do work with that UMP.
Robo, though, repositioning on this swap van. There's going to be plenty of players up on A long. Not committing, though. Flash goes through. They actually fall on back. And this has got to be some kind of B take. There's no way you would commit to A if you drop 3 players away from the A side of the map. So this is definitely going to be a fast B play, it seems. But K29 reading this perfectly as they move back in Robo towards this side of the map. He's going to be prepped over on the statue, waiting for this eventual push. As we can see, Roman's pushed up in the meantime. He's close in mid. So now he has a lot of information on the whereabouts of Spirit. There's no nades, there's no movement, there's no players. This B-Tech is going to be expected. We're going to see K29 fully equipped for it, but Dima taking the first.
Nice entries again from Dima. There's only one man left. Hitmouse gets one, gets the second as well after the missed shot. And now Coldy resides alone on the site. He's got 25 seconds, but it won't matter. He only lasts for 2 as Roman takes his head clean off. And a brilliant round from Hitmouse, able to solo hold on to that site, get both players and get a 4th on the board. And well, now the problems begin. Team Spirit, they really don't have very much money. Even after getting the first picks in that round, everything has fallen apart.
Indeed it has. Money going to be bad now for Spirit. They look to set up again for a bit of a B-side take. 3 players in defense from K29. And Spirit about to pounce, ready to burst out through the drop down and in through this long area. They have Davkost set up with the Deagle. No armor on Dima, bit of a holding factor, but not too much of a worry for Team Spirit as they're ready to just charge on through as soon as these smokes start to dissipate. K29 holding the other side. We have this MP7 that's just going to be fun to see. Roman striking with it. There's the first. The armorless Dima falls, and it's going to be the second. Starix, he gets taken down as well. Good defense so far from the drop down, and the rest coming out through long. Roman is making so much money right now. 52. Hitmouse will close it out to pick up K29 a 5th round on this board. T-side is going to be in shambles of economy after that force buy. They're going to have nothing to play with.
That MP7 is disgusting.
Well, the skin or the gun?
Both.
I agree.
Although he managed to get 3 kills with it, but no, the skin is gross. Like, it looks like it's been dragged behind a truck through mud. And there. Just horrible. Either way, he's made a lot of money. CT side are going to be happy with that. They bought an AWP up onto Cyberfocus again, but it's still just going to be pistols in this round for Team Spirit. They do not have the money, and now it's Robo's turn. Able to already pick up a couple. Dima, nice deagle shot. Going to try and transfer onto a second, but Dursky able to finish off this round. T side looking in a little bit of trouble once again. A Glock and a P250. They will be able to buy into the next round. Dima should even be able to drop an AWP if they so desire it. But thus far, we haven't really seen anything impressive from Spirit on this map. Another very slow start to the game. And K29, if they can just get themselves rolling, maybe they're not out of this matchup just yet.
I mean, they're out of this round. That's one thing for sure. Sophic, very unlikely to check this angle. If he does pre-fire, for example, he will get the kill because Robo is alone with no teammate to trade. But very unlikely to expect it. There we go. Just fall straight down. Try to crouch walk around the corner. Robo takes it. And now it leaves Starix. Deagle in hand. Exposed position, but there is the aim punch. Close out the round for K29. 6-1. Only 1 kill going the way of Dima. And Spirit now going to be going for the buy. So coming back in hot here. No AWP unless Davkos forfeits the armor. And that would be a bit of an issue, especially on this T side with no utility, no armor. Doesn't want to do that. We'll just stick with the safe buy. Goes for the rifle. As we see 5 AKs across the board here. K29 in a similar spot. Giving up that MP7 in the previous one as Roman picks up Hitmouse's weapon. Now we have the B play once again, it seems, or a bit more of a slow start as they set up outside, not going for any kind of aggressive takes, but K29 holding them down with the utility once again.
Again, looking like they want to go for this aggressive B push. However, the problem with this is they've got nobody even playing any sort of lurk role. It's just going to be off their sort of trade game onto this B site. And that means that aggression can come in. They're just going to go straight out, though, however. Roman this time can get absolutely nothing done. The Molotov will deny them, at least for a few seconds, getting out onto that B site. And you can tell from at least the CT side positioning, they know exactly where this push is coming. Robo is holding them in, but it won't matter. Already, though, Dursky has traded a couple back, at least making the round a little bit more interesting. And maybe this flank will come into play. They're taking their time, possibly a little bit too much, as Cyberfocus is waiting. And just look at Robo's position. He's coming in from behind. They're going to be boosting up. He's going to hear both of them jumping. This is just perfect positioning. And Robo, he's just ruined this round. All 3 players. Massive from him. And that all came down to just timing. The T's, they have that man advantage. They expect both players to be there. And because of that, they lose the round.
Spirit cannot catch a break here on this map. This is going great for K29. A pause will be called, and I barely blame them at this point. They're definitely going to need some time to chill. And actually, I like this. What is this, Tom? This is new. We usually, when we see online pauses, they go on for as long as the team possibly wants. They take ages to pause. But now, in the minor qualifier, I can only imagine this is a PGL thing using their servers, or at least Faceit thing, maybe. We've got a minute pause on the clock. It's not just a complete e-bot, well, calling a pause and unpause when you want, have all the time in the world. Now sticking to the Valve rules, which obviously I disagree with, but I feel like if there are rules, we need to enforce them across all sides. This is good.
I like it, and definitely not like the 50-minute pause I had yesterday when commentating the Nvidia game. Nothing of that sort, please. That was horrific. Probably, I would say it's the longest I've ever filled. I think Copenhagen Games is probably the longest because the amount of times we thought we were ready, and in fact, it took 9 hours. But that's a different story altogether. Yeah. However, now K29 have called it a pause. Okay, this one's technical. Now see, this is where things are a little bit different, because if you have a technical pause and it's counting down,
yeah,
that's not something you have 1 minute to fix your keyboard or you shall die. Heh heh heh. PGL are coming to get you, boys.
That's an awkward spot to be in. Let's hope they can fix it. It gives more time for Spirit though, to work out what they want to do. So definitely beneficial to this T side. Because well, if this was online, Spirit wouldn't be able to speak at K29's pause. It's online, so we accept some things that come with the territory. We're not going to play. Oh, you know, Spirit, just be gentlemen and don't say anything, because that's never going to happen, is it? It's never going to be enforced. As this pause eventually runs out. Let's hope this keyboard is fixed or whatever is the issue.
Yeah, he needs a new mouse and he's just running. Just like,
Run
I've
to
got
the
1 minute.
shop. Just cuts. We'll use all 3 of our pauses. Go, go, go. Dear, oh dear.
Okay, it looks like it was all sorted. Maybe they even just used the extra few seconds to have a little bit of an extra chat themselves. Always stuff that you can improve on. And I think in that round they were very, very lucky, in fact. 'Cause it was a 3 versus 2. Without that flank round, could have gone the other way. Now the T side, after only a few players surviving, have decided to force into this one. I don't really agree with it.
Can I question? Yeah, can I question
this
this buy?
Yeah.
I don't understand this mixed buy. They have 2 players left on good money, yet they've gone with pistols instead of buying up. It's such a weird mix of weaponry, and they're going to charge out and get completely wiped to the floor. Davkos getting another one, but right now this is just a total mess. Soptic's actually going to take down Dursky in the meantime, and they actually have a really good position in this round to take it away, considering Hitmouse is low and alone inside of that chicken coop. The Cyber Focus is rotated in, while Soptic's flanking. He's making so much noise, moving up inside of the A site, and maybe Davkos can get that bomb.
Is that
this
a mind game? Do they know the bomb's there? I
They
thought that
must
maybe if they
do.
didn't know the bomb was there, that would have been genius just to try and pull them all the way back. But I don't really understand why he's... Okay. Is it weird now? Because I feel like they've just abandoned more than they've actually gained. It caught them off guard for sure. It's brought it back into a 1 versus 1. Cyber Focus. Gonna go for the shots, and actually this will work. I don't know how.
Yeah,
any
let's
of
just
that
forget
worked.
that round. Let's just completely forget that round ever existed.
We need like
just get
Men in
rid of
Black,
it. Yeah,
mind wipe
boom.
thing. Although I
Like
feel like that doesn't do
Australians-
1 round. It
Like
only does,
Australians
your
in
life.
the Eurovision, we'll just forget that. That never happened. That long wrap round from Sotfit caught out Hitmouse, to be fair, because there's no way he'd expect him in long. But even, yeah, no, I don't care. I'm just going to forget that round ever existed. That made no sense. As you move on in, had the buy back in for Spirit after winning a bit of a mixed charity shop humble jumble buy. AK's up, AWP on Davkos as per usual. 2 players up on this long area for K29. We're going to have Team Spirit asserting a bit of dominance towards this side of the map. And this could be dangerous for them as well. We have trade potential here. Roman and Robbo posted up.
Starts of the round though. The T's this time have a man advantage. Now they have had this before, and considering they've only managed to get a couple of rounds, the last one I don't really want to count because it was just so messy. They will actually be traded back, and now the UMPs alongside, but it's actually Coldy gets 2, doubles down, and makes this into a 3 versus 2 scenario. Hitmouse rotating in. Cyber Focus and his counterpart both going to be held out of the site. And this is perfect for the T's. They should be able to get into an afterplan, but the thing is, Hitmouse seems to have other ideas, and Cyber Focus, I think he mind-gamed himself a little bit, expecting them to have rotated around. Just the slow pace of Team Spirit this time looking like it has worked, as now Hitmouse has everything to do.
Yeah, and he can't even hold the cross from this position, which makes it even more difficult. The peak comes out, Molotov forcing him into the open, and Davkos removes him. If Cyber Focus is there, potentially he could have gotten something done. But being so far on the other side of the map, he's just got to hold on to the right, the AWP now. So round does go to Spirit. They're starting to make a bit of a presence on this T side. Last couple in a row, but still only going to take 1 to crush their economy, as they haven't built up too much here on the T side just yet.
Look at the CTs.
K29. Yeah.
Got no
That's
money.
a good point.
They've only got Cyber Focus, and he's just going to hold on to this AWP. To answer some questions, yes, we are weird. Yes, this is the qualifier for the CIS Minor, and then the CIS Minor is the qualifier for the PGL Major. Yes, it's confusing. Is StarX here? Yes, he is. He's called Yux. Nailed it. I think I've pretty much done everything I need to do. Back to you, Hugo.
I'm can just imagine you sitting there with your like notes of paper, just like tapping on the desk after, and back to you in the studio, Hugo. We're all done here in the Starladder
I'm just standing
studio.
out in the cold with like my umbrella that's just like flying away. Like it's raining.
Is that how the weather report's going, Kiev?
Yeah, I could be a weatherman. Easy.
Yeah, I think you suit it very well. Either way, let's stick to the game for now. Cyber focus, AWP up, fast peek up on A. It's going to be in through long. There's a player towards the very far back. That's Davkost. Cody as well as close. But the AWP won't be challenging. I think they spotted that he is on that one saved weapon. He goes back towards the A site. Team Spirit again, setting up on this default. Now that he's backed off, they can actually take control back of long, but it doesn't seem that they're going to be committing for the time being, just sitting inside of the mid area. Early default, but the bomb working its way back towards A.
Robo, the only one here. So, bit too much for him to do. P250, up close, can work. But the majority of players are actually going to be going through long. Clearing angles using their utility at the moment. Should have heard that, really. So unless Robo thinks that this is all part of an elaborate ruse, there should be somebody rotating. And actually, well, I'm more interested to see if Cyber Focus is actually just going to go and try and do something in this round. Because with 2-400, Hitmouse can drop him another AWP, but he can't really drop anything back other than a UMP. So it's still one of those situations where unless they can get something done very, very quickly, he needs to just save that AWP. But there you go, P250. Oh, come on. Robo with 2, making this round interesting as such. Decent position from Hitmouse, but he can't quite connect. Trades coming back and forward, but the AWP is now gone. It's all onto these pistols. The 1 AK they've saved, but it's a 2v2.
Davkost needs to hit the shot. He's so low. He does. Dursky's down. Now it's too difficult. No armor. Roman has to play the headshot angle, trying to pull a pick back for him. But no one's peeking. No one's taking the fights. There's no need for Davkost to face in this one either, considering he's low. If he goes down, it's suddenly far more doable. The wall bang, great shot from Roman, takes him down. Now Cody backing off on the site, going to play it far safer as he repositions, not expecting it. Roman's going to be spraying towards SWAT, and Cody will take him down. Spirit, they've got themselves a 4th round on the board here on this T side. And again, I'm interested by this pick, right, with the actual pick of Cobblestone being there, because this is such a difficult map to play, especially with a new IGL. So they must have really been doing some work on this recently to be confident enough to pick it in such an important matchup. So I'm excited to see how they continue with this, and you know, if they can have a strong T side, because obviously they're bringing back a few in a row, but it's definitely not favourable for them yet.
Yeah, especially with K29. A lot of strong individuals on this team, and with the aggressive pushes available on Cobblestone, it could become quite scary. It's a map where you can very easily get overwhelmed if things just start going wrong. It's a map where you have to be so headstrong because you know that there's going to be these aggressive pushes just coming out from the T side. A lot of the time when things may not be right in the economy department, they'll just aggressively push B. So you have to be aware all of the time. And well, this round, looks like the CTs, they've got a decent read. 4 players already over towards this B site. Sophic actually going to cross. I don't know if he spotted Roman on the other side with that UMP. Could be waiting, trying to hold off the window. Will be Cyber Focus with the rifle as well. Roman going to go pushing. He'll lose his life. It's traded out, and now it's onto Hitmouse. He's on this plat position, very, very low, but his teammates seem to be helping Cyber Focus with a double, and they're just going to shut down any push from Team Spirit. And again, they're going to be back to minimal investment. So much damage done in the previous round. You have to remember, 1 player survived, and I think they had an AWP, which actually got 0 kills, and just a load of pistols.
That's the thing again. On CT side, this is very common that, you know, after you win a few in a row, you're down to pistols. On T side, less so. So much cheaper to buy up. So much easier to hold them to players, typically. It's a real surprise to see them have this little money. And this is going to be a real issue carrying on into this half, because it's going to probably, I mean, they can buy them next round, but it won't be a great buy by any means. 2K coming in, a bomb plant's going to be almost necessary for them to have a complete full buy. AWP will only just be afforded by Davkost, so yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult. So if Davkost wants to get that up, he either needs to get a kill, a bomb plant, or go for an armless one. As we go into this round, it seems like, again, it's going to be K29s. A 9th looking good. And this is a T-sided map as well. This is something that Team Spirit should be taking away. So to see them on 4, especially after picking up the opposing team's map pick on train, I'm very shocked.
Yeah, and the thing is, I used to like some of the old strategies that we used to see from Team Spirit. Like, they were one of the teams that would actively try and have Davkos set up in positions with that AWP. You would see, I think it may have been Kabakan or Dima just run straight out of Broken Wall and just duck down the side alley so that it would take all attention away, and then you would look back and Davkos was just like a glimmering light as he was set up on plat and would just pick people apart. That was a nice look. It was basic, but because he was so good with that AWP, they could just do it. And they've not really done anything impressive. I know there's a new team. I feel like Starix is going to, like, overall a lot of the stuff that they've had previously. But I didn't expect it to completely break this map for them. Their T side used to be very, very effective. And so far, well, 4 rounds. Not a lot of them have been particularly convincing. Like, for example, round 9, 1 player survived. Round 11, 1 player survived against pretty much a full eco, other than a few P250s and the 1 saved AWP. And as said, the AWP did nothing. Cyber focus, cheeky little boost. AWP is going to get a pick straight back after Dursky goes down early on. And now at least the CTs may be able to convert another round. But there we go. Coldy, Starix, they combine, picking up a couple of kills apiece. Roman bringing it back to a 2 versus 2 once again. And most of these clutches have been going the way of the CT side. Coldy just can't connect.
Oh, look at Robo.
Yeah, Robo looking to come in behind, and he will do just that. It is onto Coldy alone. He's only got 34 HP, and Robo doesn't really need to overpeak in this situation. His opponent has to get the bomb down at some point, but he will peak. And Coldy is just about going to win this round.
So unfortunate for Robo as well. It looked like that position was perfect. Molotov actually holding him back from going for that push, so holding himself back from winning that round single-handedly is K29, 9-5. Last round of the half. Spirit have to buy up. They have to win this one as the AWP comes in again for Davkos, this time with armor to support it. The UMP on stop thick, but not too much of an issue. They're just going to switch the pace to fast B play. Let's see if they utilize what you said earlier on. The way that at least we see Davkos over on that plateau and the fast push through that highway could be interesting. We have 2 players here on the CT side and 1 over and drop down. Roman having no idea, completely tunnel vision, will go down. Starix taking down Dursky, and Hitmouse only singular kill with the AWP before he falls. It's a great push from Team Spirit. They take so much control. Cyberfocus not even aware that Stopfik has pushed into the drop down. And Robo, he's alone on the retake, a 1v4, last round of the half, and a done deal already.
Turns out it was Dima. I didn't know who it was who would just run down that side alley, but it was actually Dima. Sotfik waiting with the knife out. Actually gets caught in the smoke. Of course, Robo's going for this. It's last round, but this is just impossible. He doesn't even have a kit, so not going to work out. And, well, other than the fact that they pulled out the strategy that I was sort of waiting for, their sort of old style of play. I don't know if somebody else maybe mentioned that. But the thing is, they didn't even need to set up Davkos that time. He went to set up on that plat later in the round. They actually tried to switch on it on the camera. Everybody was already dead. He was just like, oh, guys, don't worry. I'm here. And it's like, yeah, we don't need you anymore. You can just back off. But 9-6. I'd still say that's a very good half for K29. Now, CT setups, at least for this team, is something that I feel like did need to change a little bit from their previous iteration. So maybe that's what Starix has been working on, or maybe I'm just overthinking everything, and K29 are going to run away with this.
Aggression though, fast speed. Cyberfocus opening it up and Dursky dropping another. It's going to be 1 player left on the plateau, getting flanked. Dima, he's got players coming from all angles. They're chasing him down, and at least he gets 2, but he falls eventually. A rush through the smoke from Davkos may throw away the round as a 2v2 is definitely doable on the retake, but after that, Starix will fall. Davkos is tagged. This is going to be a difficult spot. They haven't crossed towards the site just yet, and he is holding the tight angle, allowing Cyberfocus to move on in. The bomb will be going down. This should be over, but Davkos, I mean, there's always potential, right? There's always a chance, and he'll get the burst. Nice pixel shot onto Cyberfocus, barely even peeking there, as he knows Dursky, or at least he thinks he's back towards the plateau, but he doesn't know. He could have split through drop down. He actually has no idea. He has no clue where the last player is. He'll just jump on the bomb, hoping he's in towards the door area. He spots him fake peeking. The fight comes out, and Dursky lands it. I can only understand Davkos' position there, but even so, I was very, very close.
Quite able to take the pistol in an important round to start things off for K29. Investment, of course, coming back in. Davkos only going to go for a deagle. saving for that AWP in the 4th round of the half. Now, gonna look for the T's to try convert these rounds. It will be the 2nd pistol that they've now won. Now, if you win both pistols and you lose a game, you've done something very badly wrong. It has to be said. It's pretty much renowned that you just get such a bonus, especially if you convert the round. If you are losing all the 2nd rounds, I feel like you have a different sort of problem anyway, but it's sort of a little bit more understandable that you don't just win the game. Clearly, there's something a bit wrong. But at least in this round, CT side have started things off. They've got the first kill going their way, courtesy of Dima. And he's taken a lot of damage back in return, and the CTs don't really have any stopping power in terms of utility. It's all onto raw aim for this round at least.
Ooh, almost the raw aim coming through for Coldy. Damage onto Robo, falls short. And Sophic looking to get himself another one as he finds his way up towards A long. Damage done again. It seems like Spirit is just whittling away, but not being able to close out many frags. 2 remain here for the CT side. Sorry, 4. 2 tagged up on the CT side. 4 remain. K29 taking this one nice and slowly, as they should be here. No pressure on them to go towards drop. And I mean, Glace made a tweet recently that I agree with. I don't know why anyone goes drop on anti-eco, because it can be so dangerous. You can just lose these close-range pistols, but this time Roman gets ahead. He pulls back 1. Starrocks will fall, and now 3v3 ensues. But look at the time left, 20 seconds. And the bomb, it's absolutely nowhere near.
It's a long way to go. Dima on the site. They need to get rid of him. Davkos waiting to hold on to the cross. But this could be it. Dima's going to go aggressive. He drops it. And they don't have anybody really picking it up. There's seconds to spare. And I don't think they have enough time. I don't think that's going to be the bomb down. It's going to be so close, but it's not enough. And that will mean that the round goes to Team Spirit. Just squeezing through that one. Sophic winning it just by staying alive outside the site. And Dima with a massive play. He only saved his team 2 or 3 seconds. But because of how late K29 were getting into that site, it was enough.
I'm so triggered. So unbelievably triggered by these rounds from K29. They did this on Train. They're doing it again on Cobble. Even when they're leading as well. It's an anti-eco. There's no pressure. Dursky's not even wanting to buy up. I'm not sure what this is. This makes absolutely no sense. Everyone's forced. He seems like he just came back from the toilet. At least Cyberfocus opens one up, and this is going to leave Dursky in a massive disadvantage if he's left alone, or if he's left to take any kind of fight here.
Yeah, either he went to the toilet, or the more common problem, TeamSpeak. Just blame it for everything. Gotta go get a pizza, TeamSpeak problem. But yeah, they got the first pick, though. Courtesy of Cyberfocus. He's actually going to drop his AK over. Now he's the one who has a Glock. With armor as well. Maybe even give the 5.7 over. But I suppose it's one of those weapons that just seems to be able to pull ridiculous plays. And, well, talking of ridiculous plays, Sopfic's actually going to be caught in the open. They've now got a 2-man advantage. Make it 3 as Hitmouse doing work with that AK. Leaves it onto Starrix and Davkos. Now just Davkos. Maybe that will be enough. However, he's picked himself up 2 already. This time, the bomb is going to be going down. This man has got a lot still to do.
Finds the first. That's a good shot still. One more on the site. The UMP great at this kind of range. And he's going to reload, forcing Roman to chase. A reload coming in from him as well as he gets wrapped. He has no idea. He's so close, and Davkos does it. 2 kills. Takes it back. I mean, it's a round that K29 should never have gotten that much done, but even so, massive individual performance from Davkos to pick up 4 kills, to defuse the bomb and take the round back for Team Spirit. They're clawing their way into this matchup once again. But still, there's definitely no victor, at least in the foreseeable future for the time being. This is still a very close game. And again, another mixed bag of buy from K29. The only reason they're going for this buy is they got 4 kills, right? So they know Team Spirit's going to have a fairly low economy. But even so, we get 3 rifles out of this. We get 2 UMPs with full utility. This isn't even that bad of a buy for Team Spirit. K29 not exploiting much.
This is all about the future game for K29. Be a little bit careful trying to go through this smoke nade. It's going to do as much damage as it seemed like it would. I suppose that's just HEs in a nutshell. Don't always get as much done. Every single player at the moment is waiting over towards this B plat. Nades are going to be raining in. Dima, he's the man to watch. Up close, gets the first, completely blind, looking for more a second as well. That's more than he probably should have got away with. And now they're going to line up the Starix, but he can only get one. Dursky, the rifle, the man left, 1 versus 2, but Davkos has already dinked him down to 3 HP. He still takes one with him, but Coldy is there. Another round where only one player survives. I wonder if the temptation from K29 is still there.
Oh, I don't want to see it. I just don't want to see it on the buy. They've done it, what, 2-3 rounds now? It's okay. It's one catalyst rifle. I was almost scared for a second. They've got the loss bonus in effect, so they can invest a little bit, but I don't want to see a full investment. It's not working out. At the end of the day, you need those rifles. K29, they take themselves 10, but they're giving away rounds left and right. Hitmouse just running through smoke like it's nothing, takes down Starx, but the God tier MP9 is still alive over in middle, and this is where it can cause some serious havoc up close and personal. Roman drops the rotation in through the door as Upfik falls, and Dadkos gets flanked, dropping that MP9 in the open. Dima now left with a massive task, and he will do it too for him, but it still now leaves Coldy alone. A reload found by Cyberfocus will leave him dead. Dursky, he's very pushed up. This is great. This is clever. Oh no, he gave away the advantage.
The MP9 whistles past Coldy. Now he's in this 1v1. These rounds should nowhere near be as close. You have to remember in the next, it's actually going to be a buyback up, and Dursky's going to win it. MP9 over AK. Every single time. What a ridiculous round. It seemed like it was coming for quite a while, to be honest. Team Spirit looking like an absolute mess in the last few. The fact that I think every single one of them went down to 1v1 clutches, it's just ludicrous. And it comes up again. Force bite. Davkos has an AWP. It's been dropped to him by a teammate. And he's going to have to do everything once again. Going for an aggressive peek. This can't be expected by the T side. There's no way they'll think that there could be an AWP on the other side.
Such a weird match, man. Such a weird match. I mean, I can't make any predictions now, and the Hitmouse apparently can. Shooting through the smoke predicts Dima. Takes him down. Coldy repositioning in the close corner, but Molotov potential in this position. There are still plenty of mounts on the side of K29. We have a full rotation from Spirit over on B. And this leaves A completely open. And K29, if they just go for that sneak play, it looks like they're set up already for some kind of A split through the connector, but if they just go for that sneak play, the information play up through the A site, inside of the ramp, they can easily take their way into A, get that bomb down, and Team Spirit will be none the wiser, but maybe they're going to predict a little bit here with no presence on B. They rotate 2 players back, and even Davkos looking close to rotating the connector. These players playing close with the SMGs and the pistols they do harbour, but there are plentiful amounts of rifles for K29. The only issue here is time.
Yeah, again, leaving it down to the 30-second mark. Davkos looks like he may have the wrong read in this situation. And while he's going to be a little bit late to the party, Coldy will at least hold off the rotation, but Robo through. And it's all down to just one. This force bite not paying off. The T side, at least when they have the rifles in their hands, are able to just capitalize on every single situation. And Team Spirit, as said, they are looking like a mess at the moment. The CT side setups just not working out. In this round, it's a little bit more understandable as they did have the weaker buyer by quite a margin. But even still, they're playing a 2-2 split when they have a very, very weak buy. Like, why not go for something risky? Even if it's sort of, okay, say they stack B and they're wrong. Then you save. Then you have a buy. You have something to play with. CT side, you have no problems with, okay, we don't get loss bonus if we don't die. That's not a thing. So you make money and you get another chance into the next round. Instead, they split 2-2. The 2 players die. And then you just have a sort of forcing run into the site to try and get something done. It's just not a particularly smart way to play these rounds when you're doing something risky.
And the timeout even coming in from K29 here. That's what surprises me. I don't see really what's going wrong for these guys. They're leaving it very, very close, and while they have had a couple of missed rounds because of it, by and large, this should be okay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't said anything in chat, so who really knows? Spirit now going onto Eco, again, you'd assume. This should be another done deal. 2,400 coming in after this round, so no way Spirit should invest down past the 2K line. Because then, you know, they can buy up next round. 4,400 is perfect amount. Let's go for that rifle, get that armor, and then get a couple of bits and pieces of nades or utility around that. But again, I've just not got a whole lot of hope for Spirit. K29 even going to be aware of what's going on. They get that Mac 10 to farm some cash on Roman. And the ECTs, pistols across the board, apart from this one UMP.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say all the way through this map, it's looked like K29 have been in the driver's seat. Team Spirit just haven't looked good. It's worrying because this used to be one of their signature maps along with Dust 2 and that was still in the map pool. And I think we did see a sort of fall from this team when that map was actually removed. And off the train I was thinking, okay, we're going on to their stronger map, but I guess, at least so far, that is not the case. CT side this round, next to nothing to play with. Just hoping they can maybe make a little bit of extra cash for Davkos to get himself an AWP. He does have a in hand at the moment. He's on the wrong side of the map, or I say the wrong side of the map. The bomb's actually still waiting all the way back towards the spawn. It's really taking time. And, well, Davkos is going to be fighting for that B site, but really anything that we can hope for him. Actually, he's just going to hold for the exits. I think that's probably the right thing to do. Just make sure that he can possibly get one kill, but okay. Roman jumping around the corner with a Mac 10.
Fun video game we have here, I must say. Ah, dear oh dear. Either way, though, we're going back into the buy here for Spirit. They have the cash to play with. It's going to be their last chance, really, to get back into this map. Or one of them. Because next buy will be at 15 unless they force on the 14th, which would, I don't know, not be too great. They'd have 2,900. That would be it, plus kill money. As Cyber Focus into the smoke. No way they'd expect that, and they won't. Starx even falls down. The brain behind Spirit apparently not big enough, as Cyber Focus has completely outplayed him. Will be Davkos at least pulling things back, though, but he doesn't realise that Robo's pushed all the way up in mid, and this is so dangerous. They have no idea. Sophic, though, he whiffs. He takes the kill for the side of Spirit, and now they have a great position at 4-on-3 while Sophic's tagged and utility low. They have a great time to close out this round for a change, but Davkos catching out another, turns on back. Dursky takes him down, and so 3-on-2, but Spirit have no control of the A site.
Yeah, I think they have to play for a retake scenario here. Coldie needs to get his running shoes on because he's in completely the wrong situation, and I think these two players pushing individually is actually a bit of a silly play to make because now he's going to go back to a 2v2, make it 2v1. They don't play this round as a team. The bomb's not even down yet and they're already fighting back for the site. That's ludicrousy from the CT side, and now Coldie, he's got to try and clutch this 1 versus 2. They had the man advantage and they do not utilize it at all, and now, well, after plant position, no kit, one flashbang. Coldie has got to hit some headshots, and oh, there's one. He's got the first. Roman is going to go down. He's going to spray into the wood, which is so close to where Dursky currently sits. Going to go running around the corner. I feel like he knows where he is. Hits the dink, but Dursky with that AK returns, and K29 with another round.
That's ridiculous. So close to pulling it back. Now going to have what I can imagine to be a third map coming in through, because this one looks like a done deal. I thought K29 were completely over after Spirit took their map pick away, but clearly the cobble pick is, well, fighting against Team Spirit's favour right now. Clearly need to put a bit more time into this one before they pick it in officials, as they now have nothing to play with. The utility on Davkos and Starx as well. Just some pistols, trying to peek around the molly. It's going to be expected. Robo takes him down. Sophic repositions into that angle, but he's going to make footsteps, and oh my god, that's dirt. Robo takes his face away, and Spirit should be over.
Looking at the 15th round, about to go to the hands of K29. Cyber Focus even going to do an eagle, and off angle's not even working at the moment for Starx. He is having an absolute nightmare of a performance. Currently 7-21. Definitely not the sort of position he wanted to be in. Obviously, he is the in-game leader. You've got to cut him a little bit of slack in that sort of circumstance, but I don't even think his setups have looked particularly good. Could come down to just needing a little bit more time, but well, they're not going to get that much time in between these maps if they want to fix things quickly. Of course, this is for a spot at the CIS Minor And then that will be looking to try and qualify for the major qualifier. So,
and then what happens after the major qualifier?
Then you actually get to play in the major. Like, that would be nice. That'd be really nice. Long way to go. And I don't think many people are expecting either of these teams. It would be quite a shock, considering the level of teams that are actually going through to try and make it into the major itself. And a lot of people even calling to up the amount of teams that can go. I feel like that's more players, though, than anything else. It would be exciting, but enough is enough. CT side, they have the man advantage. Dima actually going fairly aggressive considering, but he's actually almost just baiting in Sophic with that secondary op doing work. We saw him do the same on Train. Was very impressive with that AWP. Maybe this could be the game changer, finally having a double op setup in play. May just come down to this sort of pick style of play for it to work. But they still only have a one-man advantage, and we have seen them throw quite a few of these rounds away.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath for Spirit right now. Especially with the position of Robo. He's pushed up. If he can take this kill to Starix, it's a great time. K29. Waiting. Oh, no, the timing. Oh, he might get spotted. I think Starix might have just seen him there go inside of the door. He does. Cody turns back around. He takes the kill. That was so close to Starix. If he was 1 second later, that would have been K29 with all the advantages to play with. You now see a 2. Make that a 1 on 4. This round's over. Hitmaster's alone in mid. And Starix is taken down. Team Spirit finally get themselves to double digits. Actually crushed down K29, but still, money to rebuy. Money to fall back on here for the Belarus side. They aren't going to have an issue with the AWP again for Cyber Focus and the full rifles to try and crush Spirit once more.
Yeah, pretty sure Dursky had 16,000 going into that round, so definitely won't be a problem for them to buy back up. Double op setup will remain once again. Waiting to see if there's any sort of aggression out from this CT side. Most aggressive player at the moment is going to be Davkos, looking to peek in behind his Molotov. And there's quite a few players actually waiting behind it, but I couldn't even see anything. I have X-Ray. I barely saw Cyber Focus in that shot, but clearly Davkos has the vision of some sort of eagle or something just flying through the sky, because that is a ridiculous shot. Starting things off for this CT side with a bang. And now, well, we're going to watch as the T's try and respond.
CTs might have read this one wrong. That's the thing I'm scared of. Davkos looking like he wants to rotate. Actually only get a position back towards this hut here. CVT start to make their way through this A side of the map. This is going to start to be dangerous, but look at the rotations. Cody's aware. It's going to allow both Starix and Davkos to focus on long, while Cody takes a position towards mid, holding from the door. And this is a good setup right now. Smoke goes down. K29 no need to advance on long. Absolutely no need. They need to wait till they have that mid-split availability. After that smoke is up. We don't need to see a peek here, but they will go for it anyway. No one lands it. Starix finally going to take it down. Dursky will fall, and Robo does trade. So good damage done in return by K29. They still land this advantage. They pull it on back. Roman finds Cody. Now 3 players remain for either side. And again, K29 leaving it to the last possible second. They do drop Davkos and now have full control of the site. Dima isn't done. 1 for him, and it's all on something to push him through the smoke. But he is chased down to 10 HP.
He's very lucky to be alive now, in fact. And well, that's it.
Ooh.
Both teams winning their opponent's map pick means that we do head on to Mirage. It's all going to come down to this. One of these teams is going to be going through to that next stage of the qualification. I don't actually know what happens to the other, I'll be brutally honest.
They play against the winner of the earlier match between Hala Arez and Team ASD, which was Team ASD. So just a normal GSL group style. So loser of this will probably still get through the group.
Oh, you've ruined all the hype now.
Oh, sorry.
Way, one of these teams is going to be going through after the next match. And then I'm hoping straight after that we should be able to jump into the NIP one. It's looking like the timing is going to be working out perfectly for us here. Make sure you don't go anywhere. We're going to be back after a short break.